Hello and welcome on this fine rainy day. Welcome to the ARAH YouTube channel. I'm your founder, Wild Bill Hardy. If you found this video, it's because, well, you've been coming to our channel for a while and you've been going through our video series. I'm wrapping up the membership section of the ARAH Charter for the G.I. Joe Real American Hero Costume Club. So the final section is about recruiting. And the thing is, like, this should be a shorter video because I've basically really already discussed recruiting requirements in another video, but because I'm going through every section of the charter, I'm going to go through it again, and then I'm going to give you some final thoughts on membership. And then that will conclude the membership portion of the charter. And then here's where it's going to get a little more mundane and a little more boring, because the next video series will be Article 3, which is organization. And that's basically the breakdown of all the club admin roles and all that stuff. But we're not talking about that now, so let's get back to recruiting. Okay. I'm just going to read this. So, recruiting is essential for club growth, but there are some guidelines to follow when doing so. Any member is free to recruit new members on behalf of the club. This can be done at conventions or on social media. One thing that this club will not allow is the practice of headhunting for recruitment purposes. That is to say, we don't solicit membership to those individuals who belong to other clubs. And let me expand on that. It's one thing if you are interacting with a buddy of yours that is a club, or that is a member of a completely different club, different franchise, different genre, different whatever. That's one thing. And like, I'm not so concerned about that, right? Like, if you want to go recruit a bunch of Star Wars costumers into the club, I think that's fair. Star Trek, Dragon Ball Z. See, I'm throwing another bone out to you, Brandy Dixon. She's one of our own. She runs a Dragon Ball Z costume club. Do check her out. Check that club out. They're a fantastic group of people. Dragon Ball Z is just not really my thing. I'm not huge into anime, but for those of you who are watching this video who are, do go check them out. There's my plug for you, Brandy. So, if you want to recruit from, a different genre, for instance, like, a sci-fi club, like I said, Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, or V, or, I'm rattling off all the genres that I've been affiliated with in the past. That's fine. Except Star Trek, I've never really been affiliated with them, but, that's fine to recruit from them because, they're not G.I. Joe, right? They're a completely different franchise. This headhunting policy really has to do with us respecting other G.I. Joe clubs out there and respecting boundaries with those clubs. As a founder, I will never condone any kind of headhunting or membership sniping of members from another G.I. Joe club just to boost my own numbers. That's not right. I certainly wouldn't want that to be done to us. So we are not going to do that to them. Let me make this perfectly clear that this is something that is this is something that, this is a hard and fast rule from me, your founder. Do not do this. Do not ever headhunt. Do not ever snipe. I will be very, very angry, and I will discipline, the appropriate discipline that can be expected with such an infraction will be, it will be meted out. So please don't snipe. Let's respect our peers in these other clubs. And it's really, it goes back to the whole golden rule thing, right? Do unto others, you'd have them do unto you. Well, I don't want people stealing members from us. And so I'm not going to go steal members from others, right? So let me get back to, should those individuals come to our club and ask to join, they are free to do so. Any of you who are watching this video right now and you're a member of a different G.I. Joe club that is not ARAH, yes, you are welcome to join us. I will put this out. You are welcome to join us, but we are not going to pursue you. And I think that's the best thing I'm trying to say is we're not going to pursue you. We absolutely need you to come to us and say, I want to join you. That way I can honestly hold my head high and I can go tell your club leadership, I did not steal this member from you. This member came to us and wished to join us, and we're good with it. If you're good with it, I do encourage dual membership. I think that it fosters harmony and unity between the clubs, and it keeps us on friendly terms. And that's where my heart is. I will say this publicly right now that, like, I have trash talked certain other clubs in the past, and for that I need to eat crow and to apologize for that right now. Going forward, I'm not going to trash talk anybody. I'm going to respect every other club out there because I want that same respect in return. So dual membership with other clubs is highly encouraged. It strengthens the bond of unity between the organizations. When it comes to recruiting members of other clubs, it must be their choice to come to us. And that choice must be made on their own without any influence from any of us. That is the other key point I want to make. ARAH members, do not influence others to join our club if they're club members of another G.I. Joe club out there, right? I can't stress this enough, right? This is that important to me, is that I want us to be, a family-oriented community. Whether you belong to, Club A, Club B, Club C, ARAH, whatever, it doesn't matter, right? In the grand scheme of things, we were all G.I. Joe fans, and, every G.I. Joe fan deserves to be respected, and that's my goal, is to have mutual camaraderie and respect for everybody. So that is why I'm so hell-bent on making sure that when we recruit, if they're from another club, they've come to us, not the other way around. Other than that, it's fair game. Headhunting is considered an act that paints this club in a negative light, especially with our peers in other clubs. This club will always treat other organizations with the same dignity and respect that is expected. Violation of this recruiting practice will result in disciplinary action. I probably should have just read this from the get-go, and that would have explained everything, but I need that to be clear, right? So the last final thoughts that I have on recruiting, or rather membership in general, because this is going to be the last video in the membership series, is, and it goes back to the recruiting. Members of other clubs that are on our page right now, you guys that are on the page right now, and I'm not going to call you out by name, but there's several of you right now that I am thinking of right now. You are not automatically assumed to be club members. One in particular recently had asked about, why he's not getting his club patch, or, hey, I never got this club patch. Well, the reason why you never got the club patch is because unless you could find some correspondence between you and I, correspondence I don't remember ever having had, But if you have correspondence that proves that I gave you a serial number, a service number, and that I made you an official club member, but for whatever reason it never got put on the roster, and if that's the case, then that's my bad. And let me know and we'll correct it. Right? We had this done recently with another member who actually had submitted photos, and Devry and I didn't know that these were submission photos for someone who was wanting to join the club. We just thought these were, hey, this is my costume. I'm already a member of this other club, but this is my costume. We don't ever assume that when you drop photos to us that you're actually asking to join. We absolutely need you to tell us that you're joining. This is why I'm harping on this, and on the recruiting end. That's why I'm harping on it so bad, is because, that ball was dropped, and I don't want to see it ever happen again. But I have to tell you guys, I'm never going to assume that you are wanting to join us just because you drop a photo and say, look at this costume. I absolutely need you to say, Bill, Devry, any other admin out there that can take a look at this, I want to join. Here is my costume. I want to join, right? I absolutely need your cooperation in this. I need your help in this so that we can avoid unpleasantries, and we can avoid hurt feelings, and we can absolutely mend the mistakes made because the communication just wasn't there, right? And I apologize for communication lapses on my part. I apologize for a lack of for better word, discernment when it comes to recruiting. Again, like I see guys drop their costumes all the time. Like, hey, this is my Dusty costume. This is my Cobra Soldier costume. This is my, my insert Cobra character, G.I. Joe character, October Guard character, Dreadnought character, what have you. The point is that, again, over 300 character variations out there, and just because you drop a picture of one doesn't necessarily mean that we automatically know that you are intending to join us. Especially if I know that you belong to another club, I'm never going to assume that you are wanting to officially join ARAH. That's my commitment to my respect to your home club, is that, and my quest to not ever steal or steal membership or headhunt, snipe, whatever term you want to use. That's just me, and playing it ultra safe. And if that annoys you, that upsets you, I apologize, but that's just the way it is. Mutual respect is very important to me. I try to do right by this community. I'm trying to do right by this fan base, and I think mutual respect is deserved by all. I know that there are some out there that they don't particularly like me. There's a few out there that I don't particularly like. However, with that said, we all belong to a franchise community that, like, we all have a bond. We all have something that we can bond to. We all have something that we can agree on that was cool, that we grew up with, right? And that was G.I. Joe. And it's all about, just being good stewards of this franchise that they let us play in. This genre that they let us play in. So that's where my heart's coming from. It's where my thought processes are on this. So that concludes membership, the membership portion of the charter. So this is going to be the very last video of that section of the charter. So future videos will be the next section, Article 3 is organization, and we will get into that next time around when I do a video, which will probably be next week. So I've been averaging videos every weekend, so I've been trying to stay under that trend. But at any rate, so if you have any comments, questions, concerns about membership in general, about recruiting, about anything, really, anything that has been covered so far, that if you've been watching these videos and everything that's been covered so far, if there's a question that you still have, a comment that you have, a concern that you have, please drop it and let me know. Drop it in the comments there, let me know, or get a hold of me on Facebook Messenger, on the ARAH Facebook page. I'll be more than happy to go through any concerns, comments, questions that you have. So, but yeah, like, if there's a problem, I don't know there's a problem unless I'm made aware of the problem. So if you have an issue, let me know, please and thank you. So with that, I'm going to say, Yo Joe, Cobra, no one is half the battle, and we will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.